Once upon a time, in a bustling city not so different from yours, there lived a young man named Alex. He was just like you and me, waking up every morning feeling like life was slipping through his fingers. Alex had dreams, big ones. He wanted to build his own business, travel the world, feel strong and confident. But every day ended the same way. Scrolling on his phone until 2 a.m., eating junk because it was easy, hitting snooze 5 times, and promising himself, tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow never came. One rainy evening, Alex sat alone in his small apartment, staring at the mess around him. Empty takeout boxes, clothes on the floor, a laptop full of unfinished projects. He felt heavy, not just in his body, but in his soul. "Why can't I change?" he whispered to the empty room. That's when he remembered an old mentor from college, Mr. Harlan, who once said something strange. Your life isn't controlled by big decisions. It's controlled by tiny, invisible chains called habits. And most people never even see them. Alex laughed it off back then. But now it hit him like lightning. What if the shocking truth was that habits weren't just things he did? They were the silent puppet masters pulling every string in his life. He decided to dig deeper. He started journaling late that night, listing his daily routines. And what he discovered terrified him. Every morning, the habit of hitting snooze stole his energy before the day even began. The habit of checking notifications first thing flooded his mind with stress and comparison. The habit of grabbing fast food after work numbed his exhaustion but packed on weight and guilt. The habit of endless scrolling at night robbed him of sleep and dreams. These weren't choices anymore, they were autopilot. And autopilot was driving him straight into a life he hated. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Alex didn't try to fix everything at once. He knew that would fail, just like before. Instead, he made one tiny promise to himself. For the next 30 days, I'll make my bed every single morning. That's it. Nothing else. It sounded silly, but as he smoothed those sheets the first morning, something shifted. A small win. A spark of control. Day by day, that one habit grew roots. Making his bed led to tidying his desk. Tidying his desk made him sit down to work without distractions. Working without distractions turned into finishing projects he'd abandoned for years. But the real shock came around day 15. Alex realized his habits weren't just actions. They were shaping who he believed he was. He used to think, I'm lazy, I'm undisciplined. But after 2 weeks of small wins, a new voice whispered, I'm someone who follows through. The suspense built. Would this last? Or would old habits creep back? One tough Friday, after a brutal workday, Alex almost ordered pizza and crashed on the couch. His hand hovered over the app, but then he remembered the bed. He got up, made it perfectly, even though he was exhausted. That tiny act reminded him, I am in control now. He cooked a simple meal instead, and the next day, he woke up earlier, not because he forced it, but because the momentum pulled him. Months passed. Alex's body changed. He lost the extra weight, gained strength from daily walks that grew into runs. His business idea? He launched it, piece by piece, because the habit of showing up every day compounded like interest in a bank account. Friends noticed. What happened to you? They asked. He smiled and said, I stopped letting invisible chains run my life. But the deepest truth Alex learned, the one that still gives him chills, was this. Habits don't just control your actions. They control your identity. And your identity controls your destiny. Change the tiny things, and you rewrite the entire story of who you are. Today, Alex stands on a stage much like this one, sharing his journey. He's not special. He was broken, stuck, just like so many of us. But he discovered the shocking truth. You're not failing because you're weak. You're failing because the wrong habits are in the driver's seat. Swap them out, one small, consistent choice at a time, and watch your life transform in ways you never imagined. So, my friend, what's the one tiny habit holding you back right now? And what's the one small win you can claim tomorrow morning? Start there. Build from there. Because the life you dream of isn't waiting for a miracle. It's waiting for you to take the wheel. If this story hit home, if you're ready to break free from the habits controlling your life and start building the ones that lift you up, hit that subscribe button right now. Join this community where we share more stories, tools, and truths to help you become the hero of your own life. Don't wait for tomorrow. Subscribe today, and let's write your next chapter together. Your future self is watching. Make it proud.